how to get the deal that you want and that's best for you in a real estate transaction. So this video is about negotiations. And if you're new here, it's Wednesday. So we like to share real estate tips on Wednesdays. So people don't really realize there's a whole lot more than just the price in a transaction, right? So the negotiation process is more than just, will you take this much? Well, I'll take that much. Wait, how about this? There's so many more facets in a real estate transaction than just the price. For example, there is the closing date. Some people may want to close sooner and some people may want to close later, or they want some flexibility in that date when you're closing, both the buyer side and the seller side. There's also the inspection period. There's the title repair period. There's repairs. There's all of those things, but a big one is actually the financing as well. So when you're buying a home, obviously it costs a lot, right? There's your down payment, there's your lender fees, and then all the closing costs that are lumped in there, like your appraisal and your inspection, all that stuff. And what people don't realize is you can actually get some of those things paid. Now, there is this weird myth that Mom and I have heard throughout the years that, well, the seller always pays the closing costs. No, they don't. That is a negotiated item, okay? What happens is, if you can pay your own closing costs, that could actually be a benefit to you, because if you're in a multiple offer situation, say the house is $300,000, one buyer is asking for closing costs and one buyer is not asking for closing costs, well, obviously the net for the seller is higher for the one not asking for closing costs, so they're going to go with that offer. And those are the things that you need to keep in mind when you're making your offers. Now, obviously, market conditions affect these things greatly. So if it's a very competitive market, it's a seller's market, there's like 20 offers, we're not asking for closing costs, right? Because you're just not going to get it. But if you really need the closing costs and the home will appraise, you could actually, in that same example, maybe you need $6,000 in closing costs, you could offer the seller $306,000 and then ask for the $6,000, and they're still netting the same amount of money. So in that scenario, you'd still get your closing costs paid, and the seller still gets the same amount of money that they're asking for the sale of their home. And that's a win-win for everybody. We're with Keller Williams, and that's one of our big things is we want everybody to be happy in the real estate transaction. There really doesn't need to be any of this backstabbing and headbutting stuff that I see happen a lot. Because honestly, at the end of the day, the seller wants to sell their house and the buyer wants to buy the house. And it's the realtor's job to facilitate it and get everyone to the closing table happy. And I think, unfortunately, sometimes that really doesn't happen. And it's the realtor's fault because their emotions get involved in some cases and just cause issues where it's like, that's a whole other video.
Our job is to really explain it to you as we go along through the process so that you're not going, what did they just do? I don't get it. But I know that really most everybody's looking for the bottom line. And we get that. But we want to help you understand how we're getting to that bottom line.
Right. Another big thing is when people want to ask for less money for the house. So let's say that you're a buyer, you find a house, it's $300,000. It's been sitting on the market for maybe, a couple months, whatever reason, it's not selling. Could be just because the layout's weird or whatever. So you're going to come in and maybe you want to offer less because maybe they'll take less. The home's been on the market for a while. That's perfectly logical. So I posted a video recently. It was a reel. If you offer, say, $10,000 less on a $300,000 house, that's only going to change your mortgage payment about $78. It's only going to save you $78 on your mortgage. But if you took that same $10,000 and say, hey, I'll give you $300,000, but I would like $10,000 towards rate buy down. So we can then take that money, work with the lender, and then they can buy down your rate. And then you could be saving potentially $278 on your mortgage payment. And that's the things that people don't really talk about. When you get online on social media, it's like, oh yeah, just ask for a price reduction. Oh, do this and all this. It's like, but does that really help you? No. At the end of the day, there's ways that get you what you want and everybody's still happy. Because in that same scenario, if you reduce the price by $10,000 and they sell it to you for $290, after that deal closes, the neighborhood has lost value, right? Mm-hmm. So all of the neighbors might not be too happy with you if you move into the home and you've decreased their property values because the home sold for less than perhaps what it was worth.
Right.
And that's not great, especially in a neighborhood when, you want to be friends with your neighbors. So,
Or at least leave them with a smile on their face when they think of you.
right, right. So in that example, it helps the neighborhood. It helps keep property values where they should be. You get a great rate on your loan or mortgage payment for your loan, and the seller gets their home sold. So it's a win-win all around. And those are the kind of scenarios where it helps to have an agent that's knowledgeable and looks for a solution that works for everybody, because really there is not a one size fits all in real estate ever.
Every single one is different.
Every transaction has different hurdles, different requirements. People have different types of jobs that affect their loan. The sellers have different deals. Maybe they're trying to buy a house and sell at the same time. There's a whole lot of moving parts in real estate. And so that's where having a good agent that has a level head and has a problem-solving attitude and doesn't just freak out when there's a problem is very important. So hopefully, did you want to add anything?
No, you're doing good.
This is my mom, by the way. If you're new here, she's been in other videos, but this is my mother, Karen. And we've been working together since the beginning. We went to real estate school together. So it's been a fun 8 years now. But anyway, think about what's best for you, and it's our job to provide you the information to help you make the best decision for you. So hopefully this video has helped you kind of open your eyes to the other things that are a part of a real estate transaction. It's not just the price. And I would say, like I said in my reel, don't worry about the price so much. Focus on getting a payment that you're comfortable with. And then if that payment then matches the house that you like, buy that house. And another thing, if you're a millennial like me and you're thinking, I want to buy my dream home. The first home is never the dream home. Okay. The first home is the starter home that funds the dream home. It's
the experience. What it takes to own a home, everything, all of that.
Right. Yeah. Unless you're watching this video and you're from California or another state that has astronomically more, minimum wage than Oklahoma, perhaps you could move here and buy your dream home right out the gate if you're able to work remotely from your job. Which brings me to another thing, not really related to this video, but we do have Tulsa Remote as well. So it's a program designed to help boost the economy in Oklahoma and bring more people here to experience all the amazing things that we actually have. It's really not just cowboys and Indians, I promise you.
Tulsa, we have people that do think that.
Tulsa has a lot to offer. It's growing substantially. Tulsa is actually the second largest city in Oklahoma. But back to what I was saying, Tulsa Remote will actually pay you a grant, $10,000, just to move here. So you move here, buy a house. Obviously, you have to qualify for the program before you move. But after you buy the house, let them know, and they get you $10,000.
And you're welcome to use any realtor too.
Yeah, they do have a referral list, which I'm trying to get on actually. But if you're not required to use their agents. But hopefully you've found this video educational. Of course, like and subscribe for more real estate information. Of course, home tours, local content, all of that good stuff. And additionally, at the time of this video, I'm running a giveaway. So more incentive to subscribe for more. Actually, I have it right here.
Put a link.
If you're local, we have Jimmy's Chop House, $100 for a date night. All you have to do is be subscribed to the YouTube channel and following us on Instagram, and you will be entered into that drawing automatically, and the winner will be announced on March 31st.
Exciting, Ryan.
So hopefully you win and you can have a great date night. If you're not local, I don't think it expires. So maybe if you move here or you find yourself in Oklahoma, you can check out Jimmy's Chop House. So hopefully you have a great day, and we will see you in the next video.